Welcome to Conversations with Character. I'm here with Grizzy Hendrix, bro. He is a woke-ass rapper. He's putting out powerful content. I love the way this guy does everything he does. I want to get into your content with you, bro, but let's start at the beginning, man. Like, how old are you? Where are you from?
I'm 37 and I'm from Queens, New York.
Hell yeah. I figured Queens because like a lot of your content, you say son, you say son. I know that had to be a New York thing.
Yeah, that's the New York lingo. That's just how we talk.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, that's swag for sure, man.
Word.
Tell me about growing up, man.
Pretty much had like a chill lifestyle. Not to say like I didn't get in trouble, because I did get in trouble because I used to hang around like a lot of street dudes, because at the time G Unit was like heavy.
Yep.
Like they were like super big around my way. So like, you know, like obviously I'm gonna get entangled with that type of like basically the kids around that way was
the element.
Yeah, that basically. And yeah, I used to like, I was rapping when I was like probably like 11, and I kicked my first rhyme when I was like in high school, and there was this one dude who all he had to do was tell me like, bro, that rhyme was whack, and I probably never would have started rapping. I would have never got into it, but he was like, yo, that was dope, you gotta keep going. And yeah, I started getting into rap.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, man. So like what was the move after high school?
The move after high school was I was still rapping, still trying to meet people, still trying to network. So I used to run into a lot of dudes who was in the music industry, or just fellow rappers that were like me, who probably had like a bigger buzz than me. And I basically was just trying to network, just trying to meet more people and drop more content. Because at the time, like social media wasn't big.
Yeah, there was no such thing as content then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like none of these blogs existed. It was just like we putting out mixtapes at the time. So I'm talking about putting out mixtapes where you gotta stand outside the mall.
So like, outside your trunk, bro. Like that's
I come from that era. Like that's the era I come from.
Now, it's been a hell of a transition since then, bro. It's a whole new game.
Oh, now it definitely is, because social media, you could just click one button and like get somebody all the way across the country. And like with one click, you can get your content like out there, where it never used to be that way. That's why I said like these new rappers, like they spoiled, because it's like they don't understand the actual grind. Like the grind is way different.
Facts, man. Facts. Like, I mean, it took hours and hours and hours to get your music out there just locally back then. It's a whole different game now.
That's a fact. Word.
I mean, between now and then, you stayed in music basically the whole time, making music the whole time. So tell me, I want to get into like post-social media world, but tell me the big steps that you made before social media became so prevalent.
The big steps before that was probably, I'm not gonna say there was like really big steps, because I was still grinding. Like I went by a whole nother name. Like I used to go by a name like he used to call me 100 grand. And around that time, there's so many rappers, everybody's putting out mixtapes, so we still grinding. It wasn't until, like, I can't lie, it wasn't until the social media era where I got myself like popping.
Hell yeah, and that's the benefit of the social media thing. I mean, it's a way to grab the world's attention, like you're saying.
Right. Yeah. It's way easier. But me, I just be saying like, niggas don't really understand the actual grind, because like I was grinding, but I got popping in the social media era when I started building fans.
Absolutely. And you do the social media thing differently than pretty much any rapper that I've interviewed yet. And
Yeah.
like, I want to bring up a few specific posts that you have. And like, you know, first of all, you put out these,
Oh yeah.
you know,
You ain't learned your lesson from watching all these artists go broken and start begging. This shit is like wrestling. Down to the executives.
Yeah.
this shit is like wrestling. Like, it is. It's a game. And like, all right, so for everybody watching, like, he's got Eminem right there, and then we go, which one is this one? Oh yeah, this is Nipsey and Biggie. Listen to the words here. Hold up.
But even when it's coming from Jigga, they still don't listen. Is you gonna be a man or a nigga? That's what they missing. What's your mission? Keep selling crack or go the distance. You keep pitching, that's 3 strikes, a life sentence. What's your vision? Fast cars, clothes, and women. You tryna die a legend like John or John Lennon or John Singleton. It's how I learning this in me till we all winning. Like the
All right, so if you want to watch the whole thing, man, you got to go to his page.
Imagine a world with no social media,
Right.
no
This one here.
TikTok, no Facebook, even IG is done with no Twitter. I don't think we would even have vote for Trump. Imagine not having no internet for a week a month. Could you go to sleep in peace knowing you ain't tweeting stuff? Would you have to count sheep just to keep from being up? I know y'all blinded by the fact these rappers lying, but ain't nobody topping us rhyming. It's like I'm dining in college without $1 to my name and I'm.
All right, so like, those are straight up freestyles.
Yeah, well, not like it's not off the top of the head, but it's stuff that I wrote down specifically for like social media, and yeah, like it's not like super off the top. Like some stuff I'll like throw in that's freestyles, and it'll be like freestyles and writtens, and I'll just combine it.
Hell yeah. And like, you're using these beats, you know, you got the 8 Mile beat, you got the Biggie beat, you're using other, but the effectiveness of that is the words that the lyrics that you're putting over it, man. Like, you're talking about real things, you're talking about the truth and the reality of this music game that we're in. You know, it's like wrestling, like everything's fake, everything's presented, everything is a show. All the big names that we know, it's all presented to us, you know. And then you know, you have that one thing that you talk about Drake and all that, like, is he hip-hop? You understand what social media is looking for, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Because I've been doing it for so long, so I know, like, I know how to reach people, and I understand like the whole Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything's one big algorithm. You know what I'm saying? So being that it's an algorithm, you got to figure out how to tap into that algorithm to reach people. And just dropping a freestyle with me rapping, there's a bunch of dudes on Instagram rapping. So you got to figure out, all right, how can I present my music, but at the same time tap into the algorithm and market it. So that's why you'll see me post pictures that people are familiar with. Like, everybody knows who Nipsey is, everybody knows who Biggie is. So they're gonna put that in the algorithm, and then yeah, you're gonna hear a message with it.
Absolutely, man. Now, how did you get to this point where not only are you confident enough to deliver these messages that are kind of, you know, controversial, it's calling other rappers out for their bullshit, their fakeness and things like that, but I mean, you're a real one. Like, you're talking about things that need to be talked about more in music. Tell me, how did you get to that point, and what do you think of the music industry right now?
How I got to that point was just being like sick of hearing all these frauds. Like, like that's pretty much it. Like, if I know deep down like this dude is just rapping about some stuff he's not doing, or he's rapping like there's not like some secret agenda behind the scenes with all these labels where they trying to push a certain type of music to keep us dumb, or, you know, like, it's like, if I know this, I'm going to speak about it. I'm not just going to sit back and be like, well, damn, man, I want to get in this game, and I know that I got to sit there and sugarcoat stuff and be a sheep like everybody else. It's like, nah, bro, you gonna hear some real stuff from me. And I think that's how I cultivated like the fans that I got, because they recognize like, okay, he's honest, he's not lying to us.
Absolutely, man. And before the social media era, bro, like, if a rapper was gonna blow up talking about some gangster shit, we fact checked them, man. Like, we had to know it was real. That's not the case anymore.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not the case. But that's what I'm saying. Where the labels are just manufacturing frauds to us, and like I mean, think about it. We had people like Slim Jesus, and that dude is clearly not real. Who else did we have that was fake? I remember. Slim Jesus. Oh, Takashi. Like they marketed him so crazy. Like put the Bloods behind him, made it seem like he's like this real gangster dude, and then like around the time I was calling him out because I knew this isn't real because I used to follow Takashi before he became like that gangster
No
rapper.
shit, really. What'd you learn from
Yeah.
that? I don't know anything about that. Tell me about that.
Nah, before that, like he used to be on some real wild rock star shit. Like he was,
Huh.
yeah, like his content was real rock star-ish and it wasn't gangster. Like then I seen him start transitioning and I'm like, bro, this dude ain't even come from this like, but now he's trying to be a tough guy. So I was calling it out and of course I'm gonna get shunned for it. People gonna be, criticizing me because they like, oh, you just hating. But come to find out, look what he did. He snitched on everybody.
Damn
it's
right,
like-
bro. And he built a name off of it somehow.
But yeah, he did. But it just goes to show you I was speaking truth from the very beginning because I said exactly what was going to happen, and that's what happened. Word.
No doubt, bro. And like I said before, you had that one video where it was kind of like a blog about Drake. Like, people were asking, is Drake real hip hop? And what you were saying is basically when he goes in, when bar to bar, the man can rap. You can't argue with that. But you were talking about when he starts talking about the guns and the crime and the this, he ain't that, bro. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I hear Drake get into his bag about like how he got guns and things, I'm like, that's not hip hop because hip hop is genuine, authentic. It comes from like your real background of what you're doing. But then I'll hear him sometimes talking about like his girl problems in his raps, or he'll be talking about, the business he's doing. And that's when I could relate and be like, now that right there is hip hop because it's him, it's authentic, he's talking about what he's really going through. And I don't think hip hop is just on some like, you gotta be breakdancing or you gotta be a specific like type of rapper. Like you have to be on some conscious most def shit. Nah, I just feel like you gotta be authentic to yourself. And that's hip hop.
Could not put that better, bro. Could not put that better. Authentic to yourself, that's hip hop. Like, there have been people made big names for themselves without talking about the street shit because they were authentic.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You got some of the best lyricists right now who they cultivated their fans by just being true to themselves. You know what I'm saying? The J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's. Word.
Absolutely, man. Who are your biggest influences, man? Like, who helped you become you?
Eminem and Tupac. Those like my biggest dudes. Like I picked up my whole style from them. That's why when you hear me rap, you hear the conscious side, but then you get the controversial side. And I picked that up from M. Like M used to be super controversial with his topics, especially when he was going in on the gay community.
And hey, bro, like so much more than that, like George W. and all that too, man.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It's so all right. I'm an M head, bro, from back in the day. I'm a Stan from back in the day. But what do you think of his newer stuff, man? Like, what do you think he's still M?
See, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like Eminem is still rapping as far as like technical, he's still rapping amazing. But the content somewhere down the line got watered down.
Yep.
Like it sounds like when I hear him now, he's just rapping the rap to prove like, yo, I can still put words together. Versus you hear Eminem back in the day on Renegade or something with Jay, it's like, oh nah. he's actually speaking, like the content was like just more like, I don't know, real to me. He wasn't just rapping a rap.
Absolutely, man. And like, he back in the day, his whole goal, it was not money, it was not fame, it was respect from the rap community. He just wanted, and he went in, like I was saying, George W. Bush, and then he made that little song about Trump on whatever that album name was. And he went in on Trump, but I remember listening to it even the first time I listened to it, and I was like, damn, that was weak. I mean, he destroyed Bush, bro. Like, I mean, he had that one line, was like, I don't rap for dead presidents. I'd rather see the president dead and never been set precedents. Like, he doesn't say shit like that about Trump, man.
That's what I'm saying. And back in the day, he was on another level. And now, I don't get that same feeling from him. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, if you could, direct your rap career in any way, like, where do you see it going?
I see it going like cultivating a cult following and just building from that. Like, I'm trying to do the XX Tentacion vibe. Like, I want my like basically, I don't need the industry. I don't want the industry to be backing me. I just want to be able to back myself. And that's kind of where I see it. Like, I mean, people obviously following me, and because it's been a few months and I already got 10K followers, and they deleted my Instagram back when I had like 59K.
Wow.
They deleted it, so I had to start all over. And
why? Why that happen?
Because I posted this video about Kanye, and Kanye was kind of talking about the Jews, so they just deleted my page after that video.
That's the powers that be, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It really is.
So you got this 10K in how long?
I don't know when I first started, but it's really been a few months. I just started going hard with the blogs, and because I know how Instagram is. You have to tap into the algorithm. If you don't, you're not gonna really gain followers. You're gonna just be putting out content, and it's not gonna reach nobody.
Absolutely, and that's where the benefit, the way you post with the images and compare, like this and that, the beats and all that. That's the shit that hits for real.
Exactly. That's a fact.
Now, you have 59K, you got 10K. What do you consider like your biggest accomplishments in music, but also in your social media posts?
One, just even building a fan base. But two, like, I think the fact that I had no like real like, I'll say I had fans, but I don't think I had like a buzz in the industry. And I was able to get, work with Tech Nine, and he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I was able to work with Tech Nine, and it wasn't on some, yo, I got this money, how much is a feature gonna cost? Like, because that's not really organic. Like, we really just worked on a song because he thought I was dope. Tech Nine's always been dope. So
how did that come about, bro? Like,
I just hit him up, truthfully. I hit him up and I was like, yo, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I got a joint for you. And he was like, oh, I've been knew you from the face paint, seen you rapping on Sway. So he was like, send something to me. So I had my producer at the time, who, before he turned into a shady dude, like, he cooked up this beat for me, and I just wrote the bars and sent it to Tech, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna get this back to you. And he kept his word.
That's wild, bro. That's wild, for real. You want to talk about what happened with your shady producer?
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I was making money off my music, putting out music, and I was making bread off of it, but I didn't know that I was making money off it. So, yeah, so while I didn't know I was making money off it. He's taking all the money and using it like basically for himself. So like when I ask him and I be like, "Yo, bro, we still ain't making money." He's like, "Nah, we not really making anything." But he was lying. So I just basically had to confront him on it, and I'm like, "Bro, you really was stealing." Like,
Yeah.
and then we just stopped basically talking.
How long ago
And he
was
that was like around like last year.
Mm.
Yeah, he was an amazing producer too. That's the crazy part. Where so I lost out on some fire beats.
Yeah, but you gain some money eventually. I mean, you ain't never gonna succeed with someone like that on your team, for real.
Nah, that's a fact. Word.
Would you consider that kind of your biggest obstacle, or have there been bigger obstacles?
Wait, you mean like the producer stealing from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably like my biggest obstacle because we grew up together. Like we was on some brother-ish. So I'd never think like my own brother would basically steal from me, especially when I helped him out during his toughest time. Like that's gonna hit harder than anything. Like, yeah, that definitely was one of my biggest obstacles.
If you could change anything about the music industry, what would it be?
I would change more the fact that I think what would it be? I think really just the authenticity in it. Like if more artists just really stayed true to themselves, I think like the industry would be in a better place because we wouldn't be chasing fads and chasing all these trends. People would be true to themselves and be like, all right, I'm gonna put out what I want to put out. That's genuine and authentic to me versus, oh, I see such and such just got big off of doing this drill song. So now I'm gonna do that same drill song and rap about the same substance. Like that's whack.
Yeah. Now, do you have like a regular job?
Well, what I do is I make money off the music, and then from time to time I use Uber to make money.
Okay.
To help push my music basically, because it's just me. I don't have like a label behind me, or I don't have like a specific manager or a street team. Like I do everything myself. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that I was even able to like get a song with like 5 million streams and it's just me by myself is crazy. Like that's just, it just shows like the grind.
Hold on, how'd you do that, bro? That's a big number.
That's what I'm saying. That comes from me doing things like those videos that I be doing, like those videos that I post. I used to have that song and I used to post it with like certain pictures, and people would be like, yo, what's this song? You know what I'm saying? And they started sharing it from there, and then it got in the algorithm and never stopped.
Bro, that's crazy. So you weren't playlisting, you weren't doing that whole game? That's wild.
No, I didn't playlist for that song. I didn't have no label backing it. That joint really just took off organically.
Bro, that's a flex. That's a flex.
Word.
Do you feel like you could benefit from a label?
I think I could, but it has to be the right label. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I definitely could. But even then, I'm still seeing like a lot of artists on these labels. They on some dope labels that I'd want to be on, but they not. I don't see them doing anything. Like, I don't see them out there like that. I don't see people really anticipating their music. So it's like, what is the point of me getting on a label then if I could get my own 5 million streams versus getting it for me? Plus, I got to cut them in money. It's like, I don't know, just seems stupid.
Right. No, absolutely. And that's why I asked, because first of all, everything you just said, but second of all, then they're going to limit you. Then they're going to tell you, oh no, don't speak on this guy. Oh, you can't speak on that topic. Oh, no. He's signed up. Oh, no. You know, that's not good.
And that's a whole nother topic, and that's why I'm saying like I wouldn't want to get in the label because of that. That's the politics of the industry, and I hate politics.
Yep. Now I know you were saying you really want to build like kind of a cult following kind of deal, but
Yeah.
10 years from now, where do you see yourself? What's the big dream? What's the ultimate dream?
Big dream is me just being able to tour off my cult following. Like I just want to be able to, like, oh, I got a show and such, and it's me. Like nobody helped me, you know. Basically, like what Tech Nine's doing. That's basically what I want to do. I'm happy with that.
Hell yeah, man. Strange music is setting a precedent. There's no doubt. No one's doing it like Strange Music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like the biggest independent label. Like everything they do is by themselves.
You got anything coming up right now?
I'm working on this project with my homie PFV, because we put out first one and people like that joint. It was called Shadow Band. So now we gonna do a two. Yeah, Shadow Band, and we basically gonna be dropping that, and I'ma just, you know, now I'm gonna start turning up with the controversial topics, like the is Drake hip hop and things like that. I'm gonna get really in my bag with that because I know people probably want to hear a different perspective.
No doubt, bro. And like those blogs, especially about those viral topics, it's twofold. The viral topics get people's attention, but the fact that you're speaking on it, not just rapping, not just this, that helps the audience engage with you. That makes them become a fan of the person that you are, not just the artist that you are.
And that's a big fact. I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly what I use that for, because I know, like, people are gonna be like, yo, who's this dude talking about it though? Let me go check out his page.
Let me go to his page. Let me shoot him a follow. Oh, I like his content.
Yeah, and then they be like, oh, snap, I didn't even know you rapped. And then it's like they get the music. So, yeah.
What are some of the controversial topics that you're going to be talking about? Do you know them yet?
See, what I want to get into is I want to see what happens with Diddy. Like when I see what happens with Puff, if it gets a little more crazy, yeah, I'm definitely going to tap into those topics because Puff is out here wilding.
Facts, bro. And you know,
and then I'm also
go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying, and I just want to see like how Kanye's going to bring it. So I might do some Kanye blogs.
Hell yeah. Careful with those though. That kind of fucked you up before. So.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going, like, if he's talking about Jewish people, I'm not touching that because I seen how they did me. Word.
No, and I think Diddy's an interesting topic because, like, it all started with the dude saying he ordered Tupac's murder. But now all this other shit's coming out, and I mean, not that everything he's being accused of is any better than that, but it's like they're just trying to distract us from the original accusation.
Right. Nah, but that's how they do. That's how the industry, they all, like, first of all, we're all seeing what Puffy's doing in the accusations against him. But then it's like, how come nobody's checking Jay? That's like, Puffy was like his best friend. Them dudes is mingling together. So it's like, okay, Jay, you knew what this guy's clearly doing behind the scenes and you just getting money together. So what you think, you're obsolete from it? Like, no, you should be held accountable too because you know what's going on.
He hasn't spoken on it for shit, has he?
Nah, he hasn't said anything. But you know why? It's because the industry's too scared to ask him stuff. Like, the industry's like, oh, that's Big Hove, so we can't really, we don't want him, I guess, shutting down us. But it's like, bro, we're never gonna be able to get past what we need to get past if we keep like letting the big dogs slide. Like you gotta have the people like me who's doing these blogs. You need that.
And it's gonna get harder and harder for people like that to get away with it because of people like you.
That's what I'm saying. Like you see how all of a sudden dudes was able to start calling out Puff, and you see how Cat Williams, Cat did his interview, and he called out everybody.
Everybody, bro.
He called out everybody, but we need people like that. Like people like that that's not scared, because then it's like, all right, he might give the next person that I don't know, like that push to just be like, all right, well, I'm gonna speak my truth then.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw Shannon Sharp, bro. Like, I did a whole live stream reaction to that with my guy Blaze Hunter, but yeah. I mean, you could see Shannon Sharp, like, I swear it's like every time he went high pitch, he was trying to shut Cat Williams up, because it's like, bro, I'm gonna get canceled because I'm part of this. I'm part of the system you're talking shit about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
But I think there was a time not too long ago that interview would have never even been published, would have never even been posted.
It definitely wouldn't. It definitely would. But see, I think we're also in a time where the people like Shannon Sharp, they know controversy gets clicks, and clicks brings in all the viewers, and that gives you a chance to sell your merchandise. Like this dude had his big liquor right on the table. You know what I'm saying? And so all these viewers, they're gonna know, like, oh, Shannon Sharp, he got his liquor, like, and that comes from controversy. That's why I call myself like the king of controversy, because I know controversy is what rules this world.
Now that you bring up the liquor, it's like in the very beginning, Cat just went on a rant about how exquisite this cognac was. It doesn't leave that aftertaste of the blah 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 blah. And it's like that. But that's where the system comes in. But that's where Cat Williams learned to work the system. Because now that you say it like that, I'm thinking that was his deal. Be like, Shannon, I'm gonna go ham on your podcast, and you're gonna get in trouble, but I will call your shit out to be the best ever in the very beginning. So everybody watch. I mean, they garnished like 9 million streams in 2 days or something like that.
Exactly. That's a fact.
It's wild, bro. It's wild, man. Like, I don't know. I have a question to end the interview, but before I do, like, is there anything else you want to speak on? Anything else going on in the industry? Anything else you got going on? You know what I mean? I'd like to hear more from you.
Really just there's going to be more controversial blogs coming. I'm going to really get into my bag with the hot topics that people love. And I'm just working on that Shadow Band 2 project with my homie PFV. So that's really it. That's the stuff people could be looking forward to.
Is Shadow Band 2, is that an EP or is that a song?
It's actually a whole album.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
How many songs was the first Shadow Band?
Damn, how much did that have? That might have had I think it might have had 18. I don't know for sure.
That's a big album nowadays, bro.
Yeah. I think I could be bugging, but yeah, people need to go check that out, because that project was fire.
Tell me about it, boy. Tell like, what were the things you were speaking on, man? Tell me about that album.
Like we'd go into certain real topics, like the topics about the industry, but then we'll also give you that vibe where you could just turn up or whatever, and it's not always conscious. I think that album is a complete album though, because you're getting every spectrum of hip hop. It's not just one specific like vibe. Basically.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it, because when you are talking about these heavy topics and everything, a whole album is a lot to listen to. 18 songs of that is a lot to listen to, and you got to give that brain a rest. You got to throw a couple of them controversial songs and then a couple bangers, a couple just vibe songs,
That's exactly how you got to do it, because people's attention span now is definitely mad low, so they're going to be like, all right, I heard 3, I'm kind of like, what else you got?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, all right, so Shadow Band 2, man, what are y'all getting into on that?
It's pretty much we picking up where we left off from part one, but part two just got like, man, it just got so many like fire vibes on it. Like it's just a complete album from start to finish. Like I don't know, and it's crazy because it's two it's two rappers, and most of the time, like when dudes like collaborate on projects, they can't really, I don't know, they don't mesh really well together to make a fire project. But our vibe just like we perfect together.
Hell yeah, man. Now,
Yeah.
all right, so before we end it, bro, like the music game has changed so much, especially now with home recording equipment being so easily accessible in the last
Right.
few years, which it never was before. What would you tell these 16, 18, 20-year-old artists coming up, trying to make a name for themselves? What advice would you give those young artists right now?
Basically, like you really, like you said, you could really do this by yourself. You don't need a label. You don't need the industry. You could build a following. All you got to do is, get your job, work hard to get the equipment you need, look up YouTube videos, how to mix and things like that, how to record and things like that. And once you figure that part out, do it yourself. Get on the grind with TikTok and Instagram, and you just got to figure out different ways that you could tap into the algorithm. Now, me, I know that controversy sells, so I use controversy. You or whoever, somebody, you just got to figure out what can I do that's going to make people look at me. I might be like a dope dancer, so I'm dancing on my videos and incorporate my music with it. So
make it yourself, your authentic self. Yeah. Whoever you are, put it on.
Exactly.
No doubt, bro, man. This has been an awesome conversation. Conversation with Character with Grizzy Adams. Hit him up, follow him up, get enlightened, get woke with this motherfucker. For real, I love his content. Y'all will too. Check him out. I'll see y'all next time. Peace up.
The most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network.